Hello, everyone. My name is Tim Kelly. I am the host of the most informative computer repair podcast on the planet. This is Podnutz Daily, episode number 318. And with Podnutz Daily, I'm always joined with a host who owns or inspires to own a computer repair shop whose passion and just his life is computer repair. And today is no exception of a guest of such. We have Leaf Glass here from nepcservice.com. Hey, Leaf, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you, Tim?
Awesome. Doing really good. And you're in the Massachusetts area, correct?
Yep, I'm in southeastern Massachusetts / Rhode Island area. Rhode Island's pretty small, so I cover
Cool.
half of Rhode Island, actually, half the whole state. I can do no problem. Before we get going, I just want to let people know if they go to my website, nepcservice.com, they'll see a little pop-up. Nothing intrusive, but a couple days ago, my father passed away due to some illnesses, and so this is a little tough, but I'm excited to get on here. I've been waiting for a long time to get on, so I didn't want to stop, but I just want to let people know that. And I've had a lot of good response from the chat room and things like that, sending condolences and stuff. So it's been great community, like always.
And what was your father's name?
He has the same name as me almost, but his name was Dr. William Glass. We share the same first name, but Leaf is the name that he's called me forever. It's my middle name, so that's what I go by. So
Absolutely,
his name
man.
is, So I put a picture on my site for everybody to see and check it out.
Yeah, I saw that, man. What a great way to commemorate your father, and my condolences to you. I know how it is losing a parent. It's bad. It's rough. It's everything. It's a lot of stuff that goes through your mind at a time like that. So I'm really glad that you're able to join us here today, 3 days later. So thanks a lot for that.
Yep, no problem. Like I said, it could keep my mind off of it, and it'll be good. I've been waiting a long time to get on Podnutz, so it's
Awesome.
worth it. So.
Well, you're here, baby. We're going to roll with it. So
All right,
I
very
usually
good.
start off with the weather here, man. What's the weather like up there in Rhode
Uh,
Island?
well, Massachusetts, I'd say I'm a Massachusetts boy, not a Rhode Island. I just fix the people in Rhode
Ah,
Island.
okay,
Um,
okay.
it's hot. It was hot today. It was
Hot.
I don't know the temperature, but it's hot and there's not much of a breeze. So it was hot.
Really?
That's all
I'm
I can
surprised.
say.
That surprises me for some reason.
Well,
Um,
it's been cool and breezy last few days. We had rain a couple weeks ago, but it was hot today. So hot, you didn't even want to
yeah.
go outside, but that's all right.
Cool and breezy, man. I don't even know what that's like here where I'm at down here in southern Georgia. It's been unbearable. My freaking electric bill from running my air condition is just getting out of hand. I think here in Savannah, I've had what is it, 40? Yeah, like 47 consecutive days of 90 or above. So it's
No,
been,
you can keep it.
yeah.
I don't, I'll take the snow in the winter. You can keep that.
Yep. Okay, Leaf, before we get started, I want to touch real quick on a couple of things going on in my shop. Actually, one thing. I just want to touch on um, things for your shop. Let's just say tangible things for your shop, useful things for your shop. I recently purchased a 5-tiered wire shelf unit. It's about 3 feet wide. It is every bit of 6 feet tall, and it is made out of heavy duty wire. And when you put this thing together, you can adjust the height in between each shelf, and it is perfect for what I do here. And I picked it up from, of all places, Kmart.
Okay.
Kmart for $35. And this thing is I just can't say enough about it. It's sturdy, it's durable. It's if anybody needs shelving for their shop, try Kmart.
Now,
Okay, I
you use that
also
for
have
supplies, or do you use that for supplies, or do you use that for equipment, or
I do
what do you use
actually.
it for?
What I'm using mine for at the moment is right behind me on this side here. I don't know if you can see it, but it is used right hit now for customers' computers that are ready to be delivered. The bottom shelf and the top shelf are for the completed units, and then the third shelf I have my hot air rework station, anything that has to do
Okay.
with my soldering on that shelf, and then right above that I have my modems and routers that I sell. So it's just I'm really Leaf. The whole idea for me is just I freaking got to get everything off the floor, man. Shelves, shelves, shelves is the way to
Oh,
go on that.
that sounds good. I don't have very much room myself. I'm in a small home office. I joke all the time in the chat room. It's about 4 feet wide, 8 feet high, and about another 8 feet long. So I have a
Right.
very small area, but I get everything done. I only have a couple of machines at a time, and a lot of the stuff I do is software. So I mean, I don't have much need for a lot of room. So, but I do have a nice sturdy desk, and I think that makes a difference for me. If I was dealing with like a wood like PC desk or something like that, no, it wouldn't work. But I have a nice countertop that I mounted up in my office that holds
Right.
my three PCs that I use, and
Mm-hmm.
I have some extra room for another couple machines and stuff like that. So
Oh, now,
yeah,
Leaf, do you operate? Do you have your own shop or?
I do all out of the home. I do a lot of on it's mostly on-site pickups, deliveries,
Awesome.
and no one needs to know
Yep.
that if I have
Yeah.
a 10-story building or if I have a little closet.
Man, that's great. I'm telling you, yet another Podnutz Daily guest running his business out of his home. I
Right.
think it's
Well,
awesome.
I think it's the best, it's the best way to start because it's still low overhead. I mean, you're already here. And it's not like you're stuck in, if you have a bad week or bad couple weeks where then you can't pay the rent, then what are you going to do? Like you just said, how
Exactly.
much you're spending in air conditioning in the summertime is crazy because you got to keep the machine, even keep yourself cool and comfortable. You're going to sell electricity for your machines and the utilities are going to cost a lot. So if I just do it from home right now until I get a lot more business, that's good for me.
Yeah. If it works, techs like you and I and the others can always give good tips on successfully operating your business out of your home. So this is
So,
great.
right. So what was the other tangible thing you were going to say? The
Oh
other thing
no,
you
I had this 18-inch wide. It's about a 4 foot tall. And it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 drawers in it.
Oh, you
And it's
talked
on
about that a couple months ago,
yeah,
right?
and it's on wheels. Yeah, I have to talk about it again.
You
And,
love
and
it that much.
yeah, each drawer could hold like a 15-inch laptop
Hmm.
and so or netbooks. So even my torn down jobs, I can store away until I get my parts. I can store in each drawer. It's good for my tools. It's mobile, and I got it from where did I get that from? I got that from Walmart. Who's Walmart with somebody help me in the chat. Walmart is
Walmart,
no, not
Sam's
Walmart.
Club,
It's Sam's Club. Thank you, sir.
not a problem.
Yeah.
I got lots of
Sam's
knowledge
Club,
in
I think
here.
for like $27. It's just awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome.
Very good.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah, you know what? The one thing I did just purchase, I just got in just in time for my last job was I don't know if you can see it here, but I bought the small little screwdriver set off eBay, 31 piece. But the key that I like about it, it's small bits and it's magnetic. Which makes a big difference to me because I actually had worked on my own machine, which we'll get into a little bit later. I can't stand working on my own stuff. It frustrates me so bad. And I
Mhm.
lost a screw, and it was because I didn't have anything magnetic. I couldn't get into it. But this set here just helped me take apart an Acer probably half the time than I would have ever needed to. So that was my find. It was like $6
Yep.
on eBay from US. It was like a dollar something from China, but I won't. I try not to order from China because I get lost half the stuff. So that
Yeah.
was my purchase. That was my purchase this week for a tool. It's a small one, but it's important to
Do you
make sure
like
you
them?
have the
Have you used them?
tools. Yeah, I just used it to take apart a TravelMate 2480. I had to do a DC power board and was able to get right in there. A few screws flipped out, but I stayed right on the screwdriver because it's magnetic, no problem. A couple of the guys say, just take your bits and rub it around
Hmm.
a magnet, but
Yeah. I mean, you
I
could.
I could, but wasn't going to risk it. I said I'd buy this set. It's got the hex bits, the Torx bits, the small. It's got everything that I needed. 31 piece set. Um,
Yeah.
it's perfect. It's perfect.
Yeah.
It worked great. Saved me a lot of
I,
time this week, and I just got it the day before. There you
I hang
go.
my screwdrivers on the magnets that come out of hard drives. So
Right.
and it keeps them magnetized. But to each his own, man. And the tools are really important to your trade. Like I've seen some guys who are getting off the ground go and get those jeweler screwdriver sets, man. You don't want to start with those you can't get a grip
No.
on them, you know?
No, no. Even like the watch, I started out with like they had a small kit at Big Lots or even at like a convenience store. This
Hmm.
comes in a little plastic thing that folds open that has
Hmm.
little pieces. Those are junk. I got
Yeah.
those. I thought I needed, but there just was junk, and it wasn't worth the time because the things spin, they break, they lose pieces. Kids get them, all that stuff. So it wasn't
Yep.
worth it. So I just bought this off eBay, and I'm good to
Another
go.
good tip I would want to throw out there while we're talking about screwdrivers, it would be a rubberized handle. I think is really smart because
Yeah, this one here, this one has it too. It's got a rubber one,
oh,
nice,
you did
nice
good,
grip
man.
on.
You did good. Yes, yes, yes. Because
And
sometimes, some of those screws, man, are really tight. And
it even came with a
it,
little plier thing or whatever you want to call it, little piece here.
oh,
So
yeah. And if you
that helps
can't,
good.
if you're trying to push down and turn that screw, you'll end up stripping the screw out. And that's such a pain in the slow down whenever your freaking screwdriver,
Actually,
start.
I just remembered I just got another tool that I just used. I'll just show us this real quick before we get into it. I don't know if you've seen one of these things here. It's a light and a magnet. Let's see if I get it down here. And
Oh,
it's got a good magnification on it, good, nice, bright light. I was
oh,
able to get
yeah.
right onto the. I have trouble. It's got a little clamp on it too, so it clamps right into the desk.
Right.
Um, and it works great. I was able to magnify, get into the. I was looking at the clips for the trackpad. I
Yep.
used that great.
Yep.
So that worked out for me too. So those are two new
Dude,
things I got. That was a gift actually from my mom. So I mean, she just found it in the house, and it's
Leaf,
perfect.
I'm putting that on my list right now. I
Yeah,
love that.
I think it was cheap enough. They're not that bad, but I mean, I just put it right on the desk, and I just put the handle, the magnifying glass, turn on the light. I can see what I'm doing, and good to go.
Yeah. That's nice. Nice. Love my tools. All right. I see you got a nice list here of show notes. I like that.
Yeah, well,
Oh,
I've
wow.
tried to put something together, so I even put the
Yeah.
link out to, I put the link out to the lounge and to the chat room here, and get some
All right.
information, all my
Good
links
man.
and
We
all that
we
stuff.
love show notes.
Yeah, well, I see it's tough to keep up on the show notes, so I wanted I don't know, Data Mike used to do them. I haven't seen them in a couple weeks, so I just want to throw something together and people can just look at it. And it's probably got a lot more than probably we can get to because I got a lot in
That's
there, but
okay, man.
we'll
Yeah,
see.
that's
So
okay. We'll roll with them.
okay.
So I love the first subject. Who is Leaf? So tell us about yourself there, Leaf.
All right. Well, as you can, if you read the notes, I got my bachelor's in computer engineering, 2004, and in 2002, I actually got my associate's in electrical engineering, from a college up here in Boston, Mass. And it was more generic. It wasn't specific to computer. It wasn't computer repair, but it had everything to do with computers. Electronics, integrated circuits, the whole thing. So I could tear, make breadboards, systems, all this other kind of stuff. Not stuff I
Hmm.
usually do these days, but I mean, it's got a lot of, all the problem solving and everything you ever need to know. I got in college. After
Nice.
college, I got a job at a major data storage company up here in Massachusetts, and they're worldwide known. And I was a data storage engineer and tech support, and I also did it was all remote tech support for them. So it's pretty good. And I worked on SAN storage devices, and I worked on content address storage devices. So this is enterprise storage things, but I was working for the data storage company. Um, so that's what I did for a while before I decided to come live and go out on my own and do my thing. I still do that stuff every once in a while when they need it or whatever. But I
Impressive.
do that at night. And During the day, I just do my own thing here. I have lots of family and things I do during the day too. My wife has her own, she runs her own home daycare, so I help out there. And I have a 2-year old that runs around,
Wow. Wow.
drives
How,
everybody to smile. So,
how do you concentrate?
I just, hey, it just happens. I multitask all day long. So,
Man, I mean,
some.
just having a 2 year old around is like having a daycare. Just
No,
one.
no, it is, but we have she has about 6 or 7.
Oh,
It
okay.
keeps me on her toes, but she does her own thing, but I come out and everybody yells leaf, 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 and they're all excited to see me, and I'll whatever, and they're like, "Oh, there's a computer repair guy," and that's funny.
Uh, well, that's one heck of a background you have, and that's a solid foundation
Right.
uh, for what you're getting into. And I would definitely recommend anybody who can get an education in the field you're interested in any kind of electronics, such as you did, to do it
Right.
because it just sets a solid foundation, and
Right.
you have your odds are better at succeeding. Um, so Leaf, with the business that you run now, would you consider yourself more of an IT guy, or are you like businesses or residentials or a mixture or what?
I would say it's a mixture. I like doing the residential for the personal side and dealing with the people. But I like doing the business side because they have the income to pay you,
Yeah.
guaranteed. So, um,
Yep.
that
And with
that's
that,
that's it makes a difference. But I don't care either way.
okay, I like that answer.
So, whoever needs help, I'm right there and get it out there. So that's, businesses. I started residential. I have a few good business clients that are repeats, and I love it. And but the residential seems the word of mouth seems to travel faster because businesses they only come to me. I've noticed when they have problems, well, everybody comes with problems, but when they have a problems with their tech or someone's done them wrong or got in trouble or whatever. We'll get into some of the
or,
jobs that I've gotten into.
or somebody got
There's one
fired and no, no,
Right,
no.
right, right. But I
Yeah.
like to do when I tell people my scope, I say home residential or a small office, home office, which is
Okay.
also a virtual office. There's
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people, a lot of companies are now farming out people to work from home, but they don't get the IT or computer support at home that they would if they were in the office. So they need to call somebody. So the hope is they call me.
Cool. Definitely, man. And do you have any businesses on retainer? I know that's the idea.
I don't.
Ultimately, any computer repair business would like to have retainers. So I'm just curious if you do.
I don't have a retainer. I kind of I offered that to a couple of my business clients, and they were really not interested in doing any service plans or anything like that.
Mhm.
They found me honest enough and reliable enough that a verbal contract was what they, was good enough. Just
Cool.
like mine's slipping on. AH Computers, right, for Podnutz Pro.
Yes.
He does all verbal contracts. He doesn't have any written contracts or anything like that. So I mean, I'm along the same ways. I don't have the same number of clients at all that he would, but I'm on the same thing. I'm going to be genuine. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be helpful.
Mhm.
And if I don't know what I'm doing, I'm going to
Yep.
tell them. And I mean, that's one thing I can tell everybody. You have to be honest. You can't
Mhm.
you can't try to fool around. As a tech, you're going to sit there and the sweat's going to come off your brow. You're going to start
Uh-huh.
freaking out, and they're going to
Yep.
know. And if you're not honest with them and tell them that something's bothering, something's wrong, or you can't do that to them. You can't leave them hanging. So I try
Mhm.
to be honest and and they're pretty good. I mean, my area, you know.
Yep.
It's a pretty good area, so I don't have that problem. But I love the businesses because they can
Mhm.
pay. They're not going to, in most cases, they're going to pay. They're not going to, um, leave you hanging. But
Yeah. Yeah.
I do.
About. I didn't mean to cut you off. About being honest and about knowing what you're getting into, especially with businesses. The last thing you want to do is be that guy, the one that goes into their business, they're losing money, their server's down. You go in there and they're looking at you and you're getting into something that you're not familiar with. You don't want to be that guy that says, "Excuse me, oh, where's your restroom? They point you to the restroom, and you go in there, and you're getting on the phone. You're going, "Oh Jesus, oh God, I need to call somebody." You know, and you like hook up with somebody on TeamSpeak or something, and go, "I can't get these printers working."
Or even worse, say where the bathroom is and walk out the front door. If you ever did that, you know,
Oh, that too. You walk out, you can do that too. Yeah, that
no,
guy.
no. If you do that, you have the black trail behind you there, and
Yeah,
you know, that's why I said you got to be honest. If I can't do it, I tell the person I can't do it. I'll feel bad inside. But you gotta be honest with yourself first, to be
yeah,
able to make sure that you can do it. If you can't do it, you got to step back and say, wait a minute, either I need to get assistance, we need to get someone else in here, I need to call someone. I mean, most of the people, if you're honest with them, they're coming to you for your
yep,
information, and obviously they don't know how to fix it or they don't know what's going
yep.
on. So if you don't either, you say, be honest with them and say, let's figure this out. So
Well,
I have no
I'm
problem
actually
with that.
referring to somebody that something happened to him recently here, who's in the Podnutz community. I'm not going to say his name, but he doesn't care anyway. But yeah, the best thing to do would be to just to approach them and say, "Look, I don't know. I can't figure this out. I'm really sorry, and try to help them, refer them to somebody who can,
Hmm.
and yeah. But everybody's got his own way. So,
Right.
all right. Well, Leaf, anywhere else you want to go on this list, man, feel free.
Let's see here. So, kind of speaking about that, of knowing people to do stuff. And I talk about in the next one is partners. I know you mentioned before in the pre-show I have a nice, pretty looking website. I do, but
Yes.
I was able to actually get that on my own. That's a little bit further down. But I found that a couple of my clients, my business clients, were asking for websites, and I'm like, I don't really do websites because that's not what I do.
Hmm.
Um, so I sought out on Craigslist, which I didn't word it correctly, but I asked for a designer to design websites to be a partner. So what I did, what I recommend for next time is if you're looking for something, make sure you say local in the subject line, because I got thousands of not thousands, I got about 10 or 20 replies from India and elsewhere looking for people for websites. But if you look at the first link, so I have two designers that I have partnerships with. I have the first one's called Dighton Design. So if anybody wants to use his designers for websites, logos, etc., go right ahead. They'll love it. Just mention my name and they'll love me for it. Dighton Design, she's local to me and she does wonderful websites and lots of things. The next one down is one of my friends. Actually, I went to high school with her. Her name's Melissa Mills Merles,
Mhm.
and she's designing right now for me some updated to match my website, um, postcards and flyers, etc.
Wow. And, the, and these
So,
and these people are local to you
oh yeah, they're right down the
in your
street.
area.
They're within
Oh,
five
that's
minutes.
so cool.
That's what that's why on Craigslist when I put anything now I want to make sure it's local, because I'm not I first of all I support local businesses because they support me. Second of all, I want to be able to go see them if there's something wrong. I want to be able to make sure the same time zone as me. I don't want to have to deal
Mhm.
with emails and things like that. Just like those other people would like do for me. Um, so that's why they're local. I know these people. I met with them and talked to them regularly, and
Man,
we interchange business back and forth. When
good
one of
for
these
you.
ladies have someone come in, they have a computer problem, they pass them to me, which is
Hmm.
it works for me. When I have a client or someone that's starting a business and need logos, business cards, etc., I could do that on Vistaprint. I could if they want something real simple, but if they want something a little bit more intricate, I send them these ladies' way, and the two different, depending on what we're gonna do, I send them to each one and figure it out. So that's those two.
I would be
And
really reluctant to try that on Craigslist, but you know what? I mean, why not? Why not give it a shot? I mean,
well, it worked.
well, I mean, what's the
This
worst
why
that's going to happen with that? I mean, it's not like you're going to get robbed or get
well that's well
ripped
that's
off
why I
or
went.
anything. So, are they
Well,
affordable?
I know that my friend Melissa, who's about my age, is pretty affordable.
Okay.
I think, like I said, she does logos and stuff. Dighton Design, she's a little bit up there, but she has some very good products. I mean, when I did it
Okay.
on Craigslist, I wanted, I got emails from lots of people, but I only responded to one. I knew that she was genuine. She didn't copy and paste what she did. She actually just said, "Hey, what's going on?" And, so, you get 30 or 40 emails, but it only takes one to get a nice partnership.
Gotcha,
Uh,
man. That's an excellent point, an excellent idea, I think. And I get people coming to me needing some web design, and that's not my strong point. So, I might take your tip here. Try it out.
Right. So make sure you say local, 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 because if you don't, you're going to get India and China and all this other stuff, and you're not going to even do it. But I mean, they're going to respond anyways. So if you put web design in computer gigs in your town, you're going to get this stuff. But hopefully, you might just meet the person that's in your area, or even you can use one of these two I just mentioned. I'm sure they wouldn't mind. Everybody likes to
Nice
work.
plug. Nice
Now,
plug.
now, actually, the second one on there for partner, laser printer service. Actually, I had a business meeting this morning, and I just joined up with them today, and I am going to be their tech for the greater city area for their laser printer service. Now, I don't do laser printers, but that's what this company does. So I'm going to subcontract any laser printer jobs that need to be done through them. And without me lifting a finger, I'm going to make $25 to $45 an hour on their work. Um,
Nice.
so I have a partner there, and they're local. Of course, they're local to me because they come out and service printers, they install printers, they do this thing. So I mean, it was just by chance. I'll talk about how I found them a little bit later, but it was actually I met them through a networking event.
Oh,
And
cool.
like I said, I had a meeting today. We did a handshake, and we're going to be good to go. And we're going to a few weeks. We're going to start moving. And when they need a tech to help come out and set up printers on the network, I'm going to be the guy. And we're going to work that way. Well, let's skip over the next one because it didn't mean I've already said some stuff. Uh,
Okay.
and that thanks. I don't know if that's the right spot, but I wanted to say thank you to Podnutz, the Podnutz community, and even the ACRBO, because without these people or these groups of people, I couldn't have taken off on my computer repair. I started in 2009 all by myself. Before I even knew Podnutz was about, I had one customer,
Mhm.
and that was a referral from somebody that knew I did computer work. And I tried my best. I printed out a nice long menu list of how much I charged for this and that and da 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 da. And it never, that was it. I spent all night. I was so excited for my first job. After that, there was nothing.
Oh,
So and I took a few months off, and I finally found Podnutz. And actually, I found it through either one of the CNET podcasts or through the Twit network. Someone mentioned Podnutz, and I looked it up right away, and I've been hooked ever since.
yeah.
I went back and listened to all the Podnutz episodes. I'd recommend if you have the time to do that, so you get all the information you can. And like I said, I wouldn't be anywhere today without them.
Dude, I'm with you, man. I wouldn't be where I'm at without Podnuts either, at all. It's been just huge pool of resources for people in the computer repair field. The community
Right.
is just awesome here at Podnuts.
It's you can't even describe it. When I go to people's businesses and I tell them how I'm part of a community, and like they don't have that. So I mean, they're all I mean, what other business do you have where you have a community where you can log into a chat room 24 hours a day, talk about anything you want, computer related, not computer related. I mean, they've been there for me this week when I've had my issues, and they've been happy, and
Mhm.
etc. And happy to talk and all this stuff. And they give advice where you wouldn't get any advice elsewhere. You can't Google some of the stuff that they recommend.
So, Lee,
And yeah,
I'm so sorry, Lee. So, back to what you were saying. Okay, I kind of did the same thing. Start off real slow, one or two customers here or there, then nothing, and then just start off really slow. What have you
right.
done to, as far as advertisements go, that works for you? What's been working for you in bringing you customers?
What's bringing me customers? I actually got my name out there because of a third of Craigslist. Actually, Craigslist out there was looking for a tech. Okay, somebody was looking for a tech, and I'm like, oh, okay, what does this mean? Actually, it was a third party dispatching company that were looking for techs in the area.
Huh.
So I said, I'm a tech. I didn't tell him I haven't had a job in months, but said, yeah, I told him what I did, how my history, and he was pretty impressed. And he gave me a couple scenarios on what to do. And after that, I got a couple calls. And actually, I only had a few calls from that service. I don't use them anymore.
Mhm.
But now all it is word of mouth.
Hmm.
The word of mouth is the best. Everybody I talk to, it's the best. It's the free, it's honest, it's perfect. And there's nothing else. If you're doing a bad job, you're not going to get anything. If you're doing a good job, you're going to get more than you ever wished
Right.
for.
There is
Um,
one thing you need, and everyone needs to realize about the word of mouth thing. It does take time. You can't rush that. I mean,
right. Well,
you're not going to get a
right.
flood of people just because you fix three people's computers. Over a good period of time, it takes to build a clientele base through word of mouth.
Right.
So, yeah.
And then a lot of other jobs actually become repeats. I've had in the last 4 or 5 months, I've had repeats of customers. That's why I like my. I have a target market, so everything I try to advertise to, I have a target market. I don't know if anybody else does. It's my target market. I don't know if it's classifying people, but it's usually late 30s to middle-aged women. They've been mostly my clients.
Hmm.
They either have teenagers I love teenagers that use their parents' computers. They tear the thing
Yeah.
apart. So that's kind of my focus market. And it seems to be it does very well. I mean, I have a couple other clients here and there, but that's my primary market. I don't know why that is, but I don't know if anybody else has that the same thing. But that's what I do. And the other biggest thing I've had lately is Google Places. Um, I come up in the area for most of the stuff for computer repair. I'm right on the top for Google Places.
Hey, Leaf.
Um, I-
Leaf,
yeah,
Leaf, Leaf. Sorry, you're getting some static there coming out of your mic. Are you wired?
I am wired. I was playing with my wire. Excuse me.
Yeah, you're siloning a little bit there.
Hold on. How about now?
No, still is that a USB mic?
It is USB.
What if you take it out and plug it back in?
Okay.
And the whole show just crashed.
Did it really?
No, we're good.
Is it better now?
Yeah, yep, you're much better. You're good to go. Okay, I'm sorry. You were talking about Google Places.
Google Places is, if anybody doesn't know, is a place where you go onto Google and you list your business and you put you try to fill it out as best you can. 100% is the best. So what I've been told, I have a video, I have photos, I have all my hours. I have everything I can put in there, so it's filled out to capacity, which I've heard through my SEO friends that they say that the more your Google Places ad is filled out, the better you do.
Uh-huh.
So when people, most of the time I don't know, see, it's very strange because I don't know how, when you search in Google, sometimes your places will come up and sometimes they won't. So it's very strange how Google does it. But Google Places has a lot. Um, a lot of calls because my name starts with A, nepcservice.com,
Mhm.
and it's at the top, and it's got good. I mean, I have a couple ratings, and the reviews make a big difference. So, I have a special flyer that I give out after every job that has has a short URL with that goes right to the Google place and as a place where you can just click the review. Now, the thing that stinks about the Google reviews is they have to have a Google account, and half my clients don't have a Google account, but they know how to use Google, so either they sign up for or not.
Mhm.
So, I mean, Google
Well,
Places is pretty pivotal, and I have some other things that I'm working on, but so far that's what has made a difference.
so with
And
Google
getting
Places, though, you don't have a problem or an issue with putting your address, your location, since you operate out of your home. I do the
uh,
same thing. I use Google Places, so I don't really have a problem with it. But I actually have a tangible shop where people can walk in and out. What are your thoughts on that?
At first, I wasn't putting it, but after a while, I'm like,
Yeah.
it's. I mean, I have to have it. If you don't fill it out, then
Yeah.
Google's not going to show it as real. I mean, and then I put the addresses like 1 Main Street.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that didn't work out too often because I had one person driving around 1 Main Street, and all they could find was a police station. They couldn't find me. So
Yeah, and you don't want, in my opinion, in like your situation, you don't want to hide anything. You don't want to appear shady. You don't want any
right.
surprises. So,
Well, what?
you want it out there.
Yes. So I mean, what happens is when a customer calls, like, "Oh, I'll drop it off. I'm right down the street." I'm like, I'm out of." I tell them, like, once again, be honest. I'm out of my house. I don't accept
Yep.
people in my house. Just like
Mm-hmm.
you wouldn't have me there out of nowhere unless you asked me to be there.
Yep.
Um, and I just go pick it up. And if they're that close, I'll just go pick it up.
Yep. And
So
I'll tell you, and on this note, I have not had one customer have a single problem with me operating my business out of my home and them coming to me, bringing me their computer. It's just something about it. You know, they're just fine with it. I think they actually kind of like it. It feels like they're on a personal level with their computer technician. You know, so you
right,
know that's
right,
another angle to kind of look at it like that. So hey,
definitely.
Leaf,
Yep.
real quick, I'm going to have to take a little pause here, and we're going to have to do a little commercial.
No, it's all right. I like what you're about to talk about, so I use it.
Oh,
I use
good.
it all the time. I use it all the time. It's a wonderful tool. I don't have the new one, but I have the other one. And you go ahead. You tell him. You tell him,
Awesome.
Tim. You tell him, Tim.
So
You go for it.
I, I'm going to talk about Fab's Auto Backup. In case you guys haven't heard, Fab's Auto Backup 4 for technicians was recently released and has breakthrough improvements over the already amazing Fab's Auto Backup. Fab's Auto Backup is a key program for the PC technicians needing to back up customers' data and transfer it to new machines or installations. This new version is mostly designed for professionals like computer repair shops, like ourselves, who need to back up data for several users' accounts at once, or to save data from unbootable computers. Like Fab's Auto Backup 3, it makes the backup and restore tasks easier. This program handles the backup and transfer of emails, documents, and much more. Podnutz guys are going crazy about this program. See what all the buzz is about and find out more at podnutz.com/fabs. Now, guys, please use the podnutz.com/fabs URL to purchase this product, because that way you will support Podnutz, and that's what we want to do. And I think the key feature in this, and they have it underlined and in bold, is several user accounts at once. What a
Hmm.
time saver. What a time saver.
Definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
I
So
agree.
you use it. You use it, huh, Leaf?
I do use it. Yes, I'm trying to play around with it where you can brand it because if you see everything is branded here, I got, everything I do is branded. So I know that I just haven't had the time
Oh,
to
look at that.
I haven't had the time to figure it out. Put the logo in there. I know it's in there, so I'm trying to brand it. And the other thing I'm working on doing is the scripting, so I can set it and forget it. But otherwise, I love it. It works great. Zoom up all the customers' files and move it along and make sure everything's backed up and good to go. So I love it. It's
Yeah.
great. It
Yeah,
sounds
I'm
it
I'm
sounds
getting I'm getting
skeptical at first,
I'm getting
but
back into it. I haven't used it. I think it may have been over a year ago I used it. But now that all the buzz is going on here with it, I have several computers that came in this week that is a perfect opportunity for me to use it on. So
very
I'm
good.
definitely going to give it a go, and I'll let everybody know what I think about it, and I'll give you my honest opinion. But everybody else that uses it just rants about it. So
Right. Yeah, they're very good. What are we running for time? We're going to 8?
we can go after 8, no problem.
Oh,
Keep
geez,
rolling.
I got a lot to go. So I don't know if so a couple weeks ago on when Call That Girl was on, Lisa, she mentioned the Zopim website chat, and I was actually the one. She said that I showed that to her. Actually, I found it from someone else from Podnuts.
Hmm.
But she said she wasn't really. I've been using it for a lot longer than she has, and I love it. It's on my website right now, and I get lots of people that chatting with me. I get lots of jobs, people just passing by, and they pop up.
Yep.
Now some of them think I'm a robot and not really here, and I am, and they'll start chatting like, you're not real, all the stuff, and I'll say, oh yeah, yes I am. I see exactly where you live and accept and all this
Wow.
other stuff. So I'll give you
Don't
this quick
scare them
point.
away now.
No, no. Well, my sister lives in Tampa, and she messed with me once, and she pretended to be a Jamaican, and it was hilarious. I'm like, "But you're in Tampa." She's like, "No, I'm not in Jamaica." I'm like, "Okay," and then she told me it was her later when I saw her. Um,
Yeah.
so so it was messy. So I put a link on there for anybody that needs to get to it on the show note there.
Okay.
But the quick notes is very easy to install. Within 3 minutes, you can be up and running with chat. Uh, I can get chats from my websites while I'm on the go, on the road through Instant Messenger. I have
Wow.
the Instant Messenger on my phone, so if you're logged into your Instant Messenger, you can get your chats from your websites. You'll never miss a chat from your website if you use it if you have an instant messenger. So I just use it to my Google, my Gtalk account, and I just get all my messages through there.
That's cool.
Um, Oh yeah, it's customizable for time, colors and all this other stuff where you want to put it. And you can see when people are on your website, like I said, you can find out their how many times they've been there, what time. You can even find out what page they're on your website. So if you have a blog page like I do, I can see when people read my blog. I can see what blog they're reading about. I can say, um, I also have found that I put a Craigslist ad for pieces I'm selling, and I can see the link that they're coming from, the referral link. So it's like, oh, you're here to see about the HP desktop. People are real impressed when you say that. They're like, how does this guy know that I'm here for
Wow.
that? And it's very powerful because you can get the sale right there. So a couple machines that way is saying, I see you looking on Craigslist at my HP desktop or my laptop here. And I'm like, yeah, I was. And it's like, well, it's right here right now, ready to go. And a
And
couple
you,
days later,
oh,
to sell it.
and you have pretty blue eyes.
Oh, thanks.
No, I mean, if you tell
Oh,
them that there, that would really freak them out.
that's just, didn't know how to take that, Tim,
No, I wasn't talking to you. I was.
because I do have blue eyes. So,
Oh, you
um,
do? Damn, I didn't even realize that. No.
oh, you're getting yourself in trouble.
No, 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 no. Oh, no, 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 no. Okay.
So that's good. So check out my link there, and you can install within a couple minutes. And there's another product I did use before, Calm 100. A couple of people talked about it, but it was too bulky. It wasn't for me. And it's got a lot of other features, but for just the chatting on the website, the Zopium was fast, and you can chat on your instant messenger when you're even on the couch.
That's
Nothing
cool.
better
Is
than that.
Zopium free?
It is. There's a free client, and there's also
Okay.
paid if you have a lot of other employees that need to use it and stuff like that. But there is free, and the one I'm using right now is free. But if ever wanted to change colors or whatever like that, you can pay. You can pay a few dollars more a month. It's
Interesting. I don't see. I don't know if I've bought into that yet. I know me personally, when I'm browsing a website looking to purchase something, and something pops up in my face and goes, "Hey, you want to talk to me?" I'm like, "Go away." If I want to talk to you, I would freaking contact you or something. I'm just trying to shop here
uh,
or look. So I mean, I still haven't bought into it. Let me ask you this: do you feel like you've had success using it? Do you get chats a lot there, or
I do. I
uh,
get lots
do
of
you?
chats. I mean, you can set the timing for how long someone's on your site. So someone
Mhm.
could be sitting there for 10 to 15 seconds. They're obviously interested. They didn't pop off your site. So I just have an automated thing. If you go to my site, it will say, hi, my name is Leaf, and I'm here. And if you need any questions, just answer. If you're offline, it won't do that. You can have it minimized as well, so it doesn't pop up if you don't want it to pop up. So you have all the customization you want as the tech
Okay.
installs it. Um, but I use it. I have a lot of people that come to my website. I mean, Lisa found it through me, and I was emailing her back and forth. And I saw someone come on my website at 9 or 10 o'clock at night, and I see it's from Minnesota. And I'm like,
Ah.
I wonder if there's Lisa. So I popped up and said, "Hey, Lisa, how's it going?"
Oh, you're
And she's
kidding.
no,
That's
she
cool.
loved it, and she thought that was amazing. That one, that I popped up and started talking to her, and two, that I knew who it was.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I mean that's great. And I know a couple of and you can name people too. Like a couple of people from the lounge, I know when they come in, I name their cookie or whatever it is. So when they come in, I know who it is. Um, and I found that customers who do a lot of remote work, I like to chat with them through that versus giving them an instant messenger. If they don't have an
Hmm.
instant messenger, they can pop right on my site. If they're doing
Okay.
that. But remote support, I have something else that works a lot better than that.
Okay. I
So
think you're selling me. I think you're selling me.
Hey, this is what I recommend, Tim. If you have, how many hits do you have in a week on your site?
Oh, wow. Geez. Man, it varies, but I definitely get over in a week, I get over 30 hits, 35 hits.
Okay. So what you should do is, if you're not sold on it, just put it on there for a week and see if you have anything bite. Just put it for a week. There's a free trial of all the features, and just put it on there
Okay.
for a week and just to see how it goes. I mean, you might have one extra sale. If you're getting 35 people to your site and you're only getting a few calls from that, that chat might be the way to get someone to call you and just say, hey, I'm here right now. I'm sitting by the phone. You got a problem? I can answer it right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I should just try it. The worst thing could happen is just if I don't like it, I can just uninstall it.
Well, it's another
But
thing also to get someone's attention, because in this field, if they don't see any interaction or they're not being comfortable in your site, they're
yeah.
just going to exit out and go to the next one. So
Okay.
in my opinion, anything that gets someone to stay even an extra second can make a
Yeah.
difference.
Good point. Very good point.
Yeah. So let's see.
You
What else
sold
I
me.
want to talk about? Yeah. All right. So just try it. Just try it.
Yep.
The next thing you talk about, I have a nice theme on my website. I paid $35. It's a WordPress theme.
Oh, okay.
It's a very professional looking site. My old site, I didn't, it looked like I made it myself through a WYSIWYG, and it looked crappy. It wasn't getting anything. People pop on there and see it's not genuine, not a, I mean, I'm real. I have my picture on and all that stuff, but it just wasn't cutting it. So I found this theme through one of the guys in the lounge, and I bought $35, and I was able to customize it, have all the pages. Now it's WordPress. At
Nice.
first, it's a little different than, regular HTML, but it's
Mm-hmm.
got a lot of features. I have,
Mm-hmm.
when I'm browsing the web, I can click a button here on my URL bar,
Mm-hmm.
and pop it
Yep.
over into my blog within minutes. I can just type something up and I have a blog. I mean, just today I put a little 5-minute post saying I was going to be on Podnutz tonight, and it
Like,
posted to my blog. And now there's other things in depth of that. I have a lot of things that go out there when I have a blog post, goes out to Twitter, goes out to Facebook, goes out to LinkedIn. So I got all that information from Lisa's book about the social networking.
mm-hmm.
So if
Yes.
anyone wants to give that a read, go right ahead. I recommend that. So I don't know if she specifically said that, but I took the next step, and I made sure when I do one post that everybody is aware of it, everybody in all my networks. So they all come in. I can see that through the Zopium or another site that I'm going to talk about right next, about how it all works and how you can tell where people are going and how it all
Well,
works.
I will say your site is very clean.
Good.
Everything is above the fold. Your homepage is everything, all the information you need is above the fold. You have the name of your company, phone number in big letters. You have your prices and your services all above the fold. And even when you click through some of your other links there, every page you go to is very clean. So see
All right.
there, guys,
Thanks.
what you can learn when you go to the Podnutz community and start asking around. This site looks good. I like it.
Thank you. Yeah, it took me a little bit to get used to the WordPress, but after that, it took me to put all I needed to do was find the content in about 10 to 15 minutes. I have a new page whenever I want. I actually make when I go to new groups or things like that, I'll make when I make deals with them, I make a special landing page right for them. And no one else gets the link except for the group, and they go right into the special landing page, and they can get special deals and things like that you'll never see on the main site. So I can do, and it's all in the same theme. So it's not like I have a different like purple or pink one over there. Everything is very clean cut, and it works great. And I've had a lot of compliments on my site to the things are working very well.
Yep. Good, good, good. What do we have next?
Well, next, we got lots of things next. But let's talk about the one. So, just real quick, Bluehost.com is my hosting provider. I have a link there for it as well. I had to switch hosting providers for this theme because my old host provider was oneandone.com, and they limited me on some of my bandwidth and my memory usage. So my site was getting hosed, and I couldn't add any more content. So
Wow.
check bluehost.com out if you're looking for a new host provider. They have unlimited domains, unlimited space, unlimited transfer, unlimited email accounts. It's a wonderful service. And I recommend them highly. And I've only been using them for a month and a half, and I've had no problems. And things are going quite well.
Nice.
So
That's
I recommend
affordable.
that. Yes, I mean I was paying say for the same service that my other provider was $15 a month, and it really wasn't even the same. So I mean this works quite well, and I recommend it, of course. Let's see. So if you're looking for that, now the next site is called StatCounter.com. Have you ever heard of that?
I have not.
Okay. It's obviously what you think it is. It's a stat
Yep.
counter, but it gets all the information you need from your website. That's how I know how many hits, refer sites, where they're coming from. It's got a map. It's like Google Analytics, but I think it's a lot easier to use than Google Analytics. For some reason, I've never got the Google Analytics to work the way I want. It's too rigidy, and it's too something. It doesn't work for me. Google Analytics doesn't. But StatCounter.com does. It's a free
Hmm.
service. You can also see all the browsing paths. You can see where they come in, where they go out. You can see lots of everything, and it works great. So
Freaking maps, dude. Freaking
Yeah.
maps. That's cool.
So I can see when I go to statcounter.com, all these people that are going on here from, the spammers out in China to anybody, local to me. And it's wonderful. I mean, today, geez, probably from the show, I have 90 hits today. And yesterday I had 11. This month I already, 200, I have it gives you all the stats you could ever want. It's got graphs, charts. Check it out. So if you're looking for something else, and it's just a little 1, 2 lines of code you put on your site, anywhere on your site, and you can have this additional tracking. And it's wonderful. And you can see any information you want. It's like analytics, but I find it myself a lot simpler and easier to use. And it has an upgrade path if you want long-term stats and things like that. But check them out. I mean, since I've started back very beginning, I've had them on my site, and I can track everything. When I do new themes, I make a new project to call it, and you can have a new code and put that in there and check it all out. So I recommend that. Let's
Nice.
see here. So that's that. Let's see here. Let's see where I want to go next. Oh,
Advertising, SEOs.
so yeah, I'll just touch on this briefly. So with ACRBO, you get a discount for what's called Outrank.com. I don't know if you've ever heard of that. They make a special URL. You pay for the service, 120. It's 125 a month, and it's a special website that's SEO balanced for Google, Bing, and Yahoo. And they have a separate phone number that they track phones so they know when it is. If you see in my note here, I don't know, is in 1.5 months, I've moved this page from page 9 average on the sites up to page 3 average on all
For
the
real.
key terms, and it's just moving up. So if you want to go to the link there, it's called TauntonComputerRepair.com. That's the name of the city I'm in, Taunton. So they made this special URL,
Mhm.
TauntonComputerRepair.com, and it's just blasted here with information that has to do with computer repair.
Mhm.
Um, and it's really not
Uh,
specific. It's not someone to get you on the website. It's someone to get you into up in the
right.
searchings and get you to call the phone number.
Okay.
Um,
Now, Leaf. I have to say here, there are SEO companies out there who
mhm.
to cold call you, who try to get you to, join them. Blah blah blah. So much per month. And they turn out to be big disappointments, scamming even.
All right.
So
Well,
what
this
what
has
is what about this that makes you,
that
obviously you're using it.
what made me bite on it. They
Hmm.
have a they have a if you're not listed on the first page on any of on these sites within after the second month, you don't pay for the service until you're on that page.
Right.
They have a two after the second month, you have a guarantee. If you're not on not on the first
I've
page, it,
the big gimmick of a lot of them is that, okay, you'll see yourself there on the first page,
mm,
and then and the first almost week you'll see yourself up there, and then all of a sudden, eh, every other day you're first, or you start sliding down a little, and then you're back up top again, and then there's
well,
another time you don't see
I've
yourself at all, and then it's like, what in the world?
I
Um,
don't know. This is the first company I've used,
okay,
and I've been tracking it. Like I said, it's moved from page 9 to page 3, and I average them out. Check my terms, and I do the search myself.
okay.
Um, and if I don't like it, I can cancel anytime. So I mean,
Well,
they're
we
not
want
locked into the 12 months
yeah,
like some of them.
we want to follow up on this
All
because
right,
I'm really curious of how this does
sure.
you.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, like I said, the ACRBO, they signed up for them to give a disc $50 off a month, which is, pretty generous.
wow. Okay. Yeah.
So if you just tell them that's who sent you, there's a link on their site, and yeah, I'll give an update in a couple months and see where it is, because if it's not what it is, then I won't recommend it. But for right now, I mean, the company's responsive, and they've had no problems.
Yes.
Uh,
Taunt on computerrepair.com.
TAUNT on computerrepair.com. Yeah.
Yep.
So that's a special website that's SEO balanced. Next thing that actually was a tip from 2 or 3 podnuts ago was David from TCPC Services.
Mm-hmm.
He talked about advertising with local bloggers. I don't know if you remember that or not.
Yes, I
I
do.
took him up on his word for it,
Oh,
and I found a few local bloggers, $15 a month to get your ad on their site. It's a little
wow.
box. it's not that's really inexpensive,
Yeah.
depending on where, how many people they get.
Yep.
So I'm trying to think here. So I signed up for one lady's blog, I think July 1st, and I have so far in a week I have 7 hits from them.
Really?
I haven't had a call, but these are, I mean, so if I get if I get one call from $20, I'll
Yep.
make it up.
Yeah.
So I mean, but the thing is, it's not like a big blog out in California. It's someone local. It's a town
Mhm.
over, 2 towns over, and she's already blasted me on Facebook once and Twitter once. If you just ask them to do that, they have no problem. Um, and I give these bloggers a discount on super anti spyware because I get a good deal. So I just if they do a service with me, I give them a couple dollars off, and it's not a problem. I mean, I make a lot of money off of the service. I get services by offering the super anti-spyware at a lower price. I know that you can charge them full, but I
Mhm.
use that as one of the tools to get them in. If you book a service today, 2 machines, I'll give you the software free. If you book, things like that. So I use that as a tool to get me going, to get people in because sometimes it takes them, a big hook to sing,
Yes.
to catch the fish.
Yes.
So I do that, and it's not for me. It works out. So I do like that. So the local bloggers, if you can find them, go with them, and they'll just like I said, I have a little square, 125 by 125 on a website, and the people have been clicking on it. In a week, I have 7 hits. I mean, it's not too much,
Yep.
but
No, well,
it'll,
just
it'll it'll
because you're
get
not
there.
getting calls off that, though, the idea is you're getting exposure. People know you're
Right,
there. And,
right, right,
you
right.
may not get that call today, but people will go, aha, when they have a computer problem.
Yeah, that's so weird in our industry for advertising. You can advertise all you want, but they only call you when they need something. They're not going to
Yeah.
drive by. It's not like McDonald's that people need to eat, whatever. They only need you when they need you. So it's very strange. Let's skip that one. Let's go to this one here. So I offer specialty services that I think what was it? Someone on one of the podcasts was talking. I think it was Tech Adventures. I can't remember his first name, but um, he was talking about going there with a list of things that you do. But so I can go. I'll skip the first one. I'll go back to that. But one thing I offer is LastPass. Have you heard of LastPass?
Yes.
LastPass
Stores all
is
your
my
passwords, right?
it does more than that. It fills in all your forms. It does secure
Uh,
notes. It syncs between all your computers. If you pay for the $12 a year, you can get it on your iPhone, your Android, all this other stuff. But I offer this as a service, LastPass installation. I ask people, do you know what your password is? Oh yeah, it's password or it's 123. I'm like, well, first of all, that's not
mm,
secure, and second of
mm.
all, anybody, you don't know how insecure that is. So I show them I take my laptop and I show them, I say, I put in one password. I can log into all my websites. I can fill out all my forms. And they ask me, how much is that software? How much are because some people know about RoboForm and stuff like that. And I say, the software is free, but I charge to set it up, install, upload all your
Yep.
passwords, scan your passwords, change your passwords. I do that all in a service. I charge $69 for that. I've had about 10 or 15 customers come to me to have that installed. LastPass.com. Um,
Nice.
and it's wonderful. I'll go back to the A column there. Wineskin Winery. Door to Door actually mentioned that one day in the lounge about Wineskin Winery. It's if you're familiar with Wine, it's so you can run Windows programs either in Linux or on Mac.
Uh-huh.
So I don't. In the beginning, I told you about my wife runs daycare. So they use special software that's only Windows compatible to keep track of their invoicing and all this other stuff. So my wife, I run everything on a Mac. I'm talking to you on a Mac right now. I don't use Windows machines unless I'm fixing them. Um, but my wife has a MacBook, and she's like, I need to do something because I need the software. So Door to Door popped up on the chat one day and said, Wineskin, and I'm like, I'll try it. So what it does is it lets me install Windows programs for Mac, and lets me install this, and I charge a service, and I can do this all remote, and I've done it countrywide. I've done it a few in Colorado. I've done mostly in my state. And the provider that needs this, there's a mass provider in the state, and they send customers to me to install this Windows softwares on a Mac. It's very simple. But like I said, this is a specialty service that I
Hmm.
offer, and I throw my name out there saying I can do this, and um, and I make quite a bit of money on doing that, and I charge because it's the industry my wife's in. I charge a nice fair rate. I do $45 flat for that, and so these specialty things I do very they are out there, and I do get a lot of people looking for them. So
That's,
um,
yep. That's something unique that you do that other shops don't, and that's exactly what a good business entrepreneur needs to do.
right, you need
Be
to
unique.
differentiate yourself, right?
Yes.
So I do that. I get a lot of recommendations. Even these people that have Macs, they need a little love too. But they usually refer me to their Windows friends with no problem. So I get a lot of referrals off that, knowing that I could solve a problem that was not solvable before to them. So
Interesting.
I have a lot of people that look for that specialty service. The last one I do that I don't know if not many people have talked about it, but I offer my own online backup service.
Oh boy.
It's called nepcbackup.com. So it's a separate URL, but it's the same thing. I'm working on changing that theme over to the same theme as my main website. It's called Powered by Nine, which actually the company is about 5 to 10 miles down the street from me, and I didn't know that until afterwards. So I get super fast uploads from all of my customers, but they say that all the everybody gets good uploads. So if you want to check out my website, nepcbackup.com, and what I do to get people hooked on online backup, because most of the time people are coming to me, they're like, "Oh, my hard drive died." Well, I say, "I got a solution for you." Now, it's an unlimited backup solution, unlimited versions, unlimited everything per machine, and I charge $15 a month. Now, I do have specials that I can do, and I can take months off, and I can do all the billing myself. So I have a lot of flexibility. So if you have people that want to offer this, if you as a tech, you could go to if you join ACRBO, you get a discount on it as well. It's called Powered by Nine Backup, or you can just have them sign up for mine. I don't mind that either. Um,
Love
but
it.
what
I
I
love it. Oh, you go to that site, nepcbackup.com. I mean,
Yep,
it's your
check
theme.
it out. Yeah, well,
And what is
that
this?
was my old it's it's getting there. So,
Yeah.
but the key that I get people, I install it on all of my clients, all the machines I have for OS installs,
Hmm.
hardware pieces.
Hmm.
I have it on my checklist of things that I say, if you do not want online backup, check here. And everybody doesn't check it, but I cover my butt anyways. So
Right.
I install the program, and I mentioned on the way out when I drop off. Um, and if I have the go ahead, I just log into the computer remotely. I just turn on the service, and now they're online backing up. Now, it saves me a lot of steps of downloading, and I mean it's not that much, but it just impresses them. I'd say, call me tomorrow when you want, give me your card number, we can set it up, and within 5 minutes they're online backing up. And the customers love it. They love the security. I just talked to another person today that said they crashed last week and they lost everything for the third time. I'm like, you got to call me. You got to call me after this week when I'm all done with
So
what
this is
I need to do.
$15 a month. That's unlimited backups.
That's right.
What is this? What does 2 gigabytes free mean? What is that?
You get a free trial. You get a free trial up to 2 gigabytes of any data on your computer. If you just install the software, when you click on the sign up, you can sign up for the 2 gigabyte free package. That way
Hmm.
you get to use it and try it out. And
So, okay, so the customer, when they give their payment information, is it through the company? I mean, they're directly paying you, or is it through the company who's
there's
hosting
two
this?
ways two ways to do it. Depends if I do it on my quick hits that I call. If I do specials, I'll take the payment information. I'll actually do an auto renewal through PayPal. Um,
Hmm.
but
Okay.
but if they do it, they can do it right through the company. So anybody on the web on the internet, I haven't advertised this yet, but anybody on the internet can just go to nepcbackup.com, click the sign up button, and they go into this portal that's made by the company,
Hmm.
and they just click buy this. They put the card number on, and they get all the installation information, and they're up and running. So and all the credit card information is taken up by this other company called Powered by Nine. So I could, so I either two ways I can talk about this. I can either say everybody that knows anybody can call nepcbackup.com,
Mhm.
or you can sign up for the service yourself and go through it. It takes a couple weeks to get it set up, um, but you know,
Well, I mean,
it's a
obviously you would want them to go through you.
well, yeah. But this is
Yeah.
a tech friendly podcast. But I mean, if anybody,
Absolutely.
so I tell the two people, if you don't want to have to worry about the setup of getting it, talking to people, getting it branded and talking about all this stuff. I mean, like I said, it takes a couple weeks going back and forth. Just pass them my way and I'll take care of them. And it's very easy. The interface is great. You just click the button. You can do a date range of where you think your file was at one point. You can restore it. You can restore it over the old file. You can restore it. Anyway, I mean, it works great. It's what an online backup should be, um,
Yep. I like it.
in my opinion. And I have myself. I have a Mac. They're going to bring on Mac at the end of the year, they said. But I was using Mozy before. But Mozy is going to, by the end of the year, they're increasing all their prices. And these big guys, I mean, I think Carbonite's got a good plan right now, but I don't push it. And the customers come to me. So they're my customers I have in hand. They come to me and they're going to expect me to do the backup, the restore of the
Yeah.
data if anything ever happens. So I
Yep.
use my service. I get paid by I get paid by this company that sets it up for me. So
Yep.
I'm making monthly money off the backup. They're not taking all of it. I'm getting paid. I'm getting paid a good chunk. Because
Yep.
you can set your own prices, and I set 15 because I think 15 a month is where I want to be.
Yep.
Um,
Sounds
so
fair.
so
It
I
really sounds fair. And I agree with you,
so
man. I came across many a times that I have recommended Carbonite, but this is a solution where I can make something off of it and
right,
kind of get it branded to my
right.
business and keep it
Just
under my
so check
wing. So
Right, so check it out. It's I can't remember the link. It's called Nine. It's called Powered by Nine. It's on ACRBO. That's how I found it. And just like I said, I
very
just found out they're 10 minutes down the road for me. But if anybody wants, they can just do the sign up. They can try it, and it works great. I use it on my Windows machines that I do happen to have to use every once in a while. So it works great. Check it out, and that's what I recommend. So that's another specialty service that I do. I get a lot of people, not a lot, but I have quite a few people that are interested in online backup. And like I said, every machine that comes in, I install it on there as long as they don't say not to. And they ask, what it is, and I say, online backup. Go for it. It'll save your butt someday.
yes, it will. Oh my
Um,
God, will it?
it will. So I don't know what else you want to do. I have a couple more
Cover a few
tools.
more things, whatever you want to pick out here. I mean, we can go a little longer, no problem.
All right. So I know a lot of talk on the network's been about Makogo lately because of
Hmm.
last week. Now, I did try Makogo and I had to give them up. My new tool for remote access is called join.me. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's called, just go into URL bar, go join.me. It's made by LogMeIn. It used to be called LogMeIn Express.
Huh.
Um, it's, I think it's a lot. I use Makogo. The reason why I got rid of Makogo was I had one customer. I was doing a remote virus job, and it was too difficult for her. Even though I had the link right on my website, it was too difficult for her for some reason to get. It was a disconnect between clicking the button, trying to find the file to open up, or if it didn't open automatically, etc. Um, but join.me does it over as a Java. So you click it, you say click to go. Um, and it starts right up. So let's see here. So if you want to go to join.me,
Hmm.
and I don't know if anybody's going to do this, but it runs over Java. So you push the orange play button, um,
Okay.
and what it does is it's going to give you a chat number. If you're going to share your screen, it's going to give you a number, and the next person goes over and clicks join. You push
Well,
the
it looks
play
like it
button.
wants you to download a small client
Right. Yeah, but it's
first.
it's not an yeah, right, but it's not an exe where the customer has to go find an exe. It does it all over the web. It's Java, so it works right with the website. I mean, I've used it quite a few times. I've showed a couple of guys, and they seem to like it.
Okay. Is it
Um,
versatile? I guess that's from Log Me In, so I guess it would be.
it does Windows, Mac, and it even has Android, iPhone, iPad apps that you can view. You can view people's screens.
Java-based, web-based.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, so I mean, I really do enjoy it. If you click on there's a little button on join.me in the bottom says what is it? It has all the features that it has. Um, so I use join.me. It even comes with a conference call. It gives you a conference call number. So if you want to join people on there, I know that some comments months back were about how there wasn't a conference call feature with the other guys. This one
Mm-hmm.
has it. So you just call in the number, you got an instant conference call. You can have up 250 viewers. You can do multi-monitor chat. You can send files with the click of a button. Um, I
They
think the
do have a
biggest thing,
free version and a pro version, and the pro version is
right,
a pay version. But it doesn't
right,
look like the functionality of it changes too much. I mean, you get what? A meeting scheduler, you get
right. No,
user
you get your
management.
well, you get your own URL. That this one here, instead of a number, you get a URL. Like you get
Uh,
like join.me/any PC service. That
okay.
or Tim's Computer Shop, and all the people just click on that and you go. So I don't think that it's needed. But I mean, for the free version, works great for me. So I use that, and I've had no problems, and I've used it for a few virus jobs, and it works great. And the customer's really easy because really easy to write. It's nothing. If you tell them to go to Makogo.com, they're going to say, "Excuse me, did you sneeze?" I'm like, "No, Mikogo." I mean, I did like it for a while, but when I had a couple customers that just couldn't, they had the disconnect between it. But I mean, it is
Yeah.
so easy. So if you want to do a little trial, I mean, anybody who wants to go, I don't know if it's going to crash us, but you could just do a real easy, and they give them, go there, push start, give them the number, and they join, and you can see, join, screen share real quick. So that's what I have customers do.
Well,
Uh,
it's always good to have different tools, man. And different tools, each tech are specific to their tools. So it's just another
right.
one. But
Yeah, but I suggest people just look at it and see it's real slick looking. I love slick looking. Like everything I do, it's all has to look nice. That's one thing. I
yeah,
mean, I have I have if you see right here, I have all the shirts, and I have
like it.
I have an embroidery guy that I have on standby if I ever need to do anything.
Yeah.
The kids have shirts, the wife has shirts.
Got some hats,
So.
man.
I got everything you need. So like I said, I just like the slick looking, but it was just a disconnect when I had the Makogo button on my site. It worked, but not for everybody. But the join.me seemed to works more right now than anything else. So that's that. We'll skip over. I mean, I use two tools I do for actual working on the computer. So it looks Secunia, that checks for vulnerable software. It's real slick on trying to get updated software, Adobe, etc. And for deep down stuff that we usually do, I use D7 from foolishit.com. It's like a wrapper. It's got a whole bunch of things. We talked about it was on one of the shows a while back. And I use it all the time now. D7. It's got a lot of tools in it. It works great.
Yeah, you can almost
Um,
mispronounce that if you read it wrong.
yeah, oh yeah, yeah. I have a couple times read it wrong. I'm like, whoa. So the next couple things you want to check out real quick, meetup.com. It's a networking site. Geographical, you can look up there. Business, I use it to find business owners. I'm networked for like 90 to 100 business owners in my area through meetup.com. I don't have very much to talk about right now, but
Yep,
just so the link doesn't work on my document. But go to
yep.
meetup.com.
Lisa
Um,
swears by it.
oh, Meetup. I don't know if she talked about Meetup. I know she talks about LinkedIn, but Meetup is great.
Oh, maybe it
Um,
was LinkedIn. Sorry.
Well, LinkedIn's good too, but meetup.com, it goes by geographical area. You can do lots of different meetups,
Okay.
different groups and stuff like that. We can talk about a couple jobs real quick that
Okay.
are important. I had one of my small businesses that wanted to do, they had all XP home machines in their business. They had five workstations, and they were all XP home, and their database software said we can't support you because you're on XP Home. So she called me. So we did. So I ordered 5 copies of XP Pro, and I was ready to rock and roll. And what I did was I did the update, but she didn't want to lose any information. So um, we did an in-place update, which worked real smooth. And I was doing
Mhm.
five. I did five machines at a time. So that was great. I was on her the site on a Friday night doing it because she has to work, during the day. So what it was is that I ordered them off eBay. So the problem was when I got all the machines rebooted and go into XP Pro, nothing would work. Not, uh, Internet Explorer was crashing. Windows Explorer was crashing.
Oh
I couldn't
no.
I couldn't do anything. Then they started popping up saying that it was not activated, even though I put so I'm thinking to myself, I'm starting to sweat here because all five machines are doing it. I'm like, excuse me. I'm like, oh, please don't tell me the seller on eBay was selling crap codes on the
Mm.
things. And I'm like, this business has got to be up on Monday morning, and I'm sitting there sweating my head off, trying to figure out what it was. So what it was is it was a Windows SP3 disk,
Aha.
but the computer still had Internet Explorer 6.
Aha.
So
IE6. Yep.
IE6 does not activate an SP3 disk,
Yes. I have
basically.
heard.
So I
I
searched.
believe I have to say this. Steve D. Amico was the Podnutz member that brought that to our attention a while back. But it's very interesting you say that. But wow, how did you figure that out?
It was one. It was only one machine. I had five machines having the same thing. I'm freaking out, right? Because I'm like, these discs are bad. Where am I going to get five new discs? What am I going to do? I can't go back. All this other stuff. And it was one machine that kept on having this weird IE error. Like it was different than the rest, and it said Internet Explorer could not it could not run or something like that. So I said, you know what? I'm going to try it. I downloaded Internet Explorer 8, and all of a sudden, it worked. The Internet Explorer started running, and it was able to activate. And I don't know. I searched for some special term on Google, and it said that someone had a similar problem that not with the activation part, but with the Internet Explorer, and saying the Internet Explorer was not working. And it just happened to be that the version was too low. Now it's so funny that nowhere anywhere does it say that you need to have, to make sure your IE is updated before you do this upgrade. Doesn't say anywhere in the
Right.
instructions. Of course, I know now, and now everybody else has a second opinion to do that. Either upgrade your Internet Explorer before you do an XP Pro SP3 upgrade.
Yeah.
If I did an SP2, I guess I would have been safe because SP2 allows the IE6, I believe. But then you have to do the thing. So I thought I was saving a step by doing the SP3 disk. But I was able to, so I did that, and I saved the day, and the customer that's why I was going back to the honest part, because I had to be honest because she knew something was going on because I was running back between all the machines. Something was not going right. So I was honest with her, and she's like, "Yeah, I knew something was going on." But when I finally got it and activated all the machines, everything was great.
Woo.
Um, that same night, this is a story that this is the last tech related story. So you see the number two. It says jealous backup thief. All right.
Yeah, I
So
saw that.
everybody's gonna say, what the heck does that mean? So um, like I said before, business customers come to you because something's wrong, that they don't have a tech or something's going on with the tech. So she had a tech before, and he wasn't working out for her. So he would take months to respond to her, and it was building a computer for about 6 months. So she didn't know the difference. She thought it took 6 months to build a computer. Um,
Hmm.
so so what it was is she overpaid me one day for a previous job. And so I show up in my car, and of course I got my name all over my car, nepcservice.com, stickers on the side and whatever like that. And he's standing in the driveway because he was there doing another job. And I didn't announce that I was coming. Um so she wasn't there, but all I did was come to return a payment because she paid me twice. So this computer tech that's sitting in the driveway looking at my computer, um looking at my car
Yeah.
with my, I'm all branded. He knows I'm a computer repair guy. It says computer services all over the car and all, everything like that. So the next day I come to do this five computer backup, uh, and the five computer upgrade. So I used Fab's Auto Backup to do the backups, and I go to present the backup to the customer. It's like, I did a backup of all your machines. I will sell you this backup for X amount of dollars. And she's like, well, I don't need a backup. I have a backup to my server. I'm like, okay, whatever. And I said, well, actually, you know what? I was down on your server looking down there to check on it, and there's no backup drive. Do you have that backup drive? And she said, excuse me? I'm like, yeah, you don't have there's no backup drive there. She's like, yes, there is. She got down under the desk and found that there's a dust imprint of where the hard drive used to be.
Oh.
We traced it. We looked in the logs. He didn't clear the logs. Well, excuse me. Somebody didn't clear the logs,
Hmm.
and but we could find out that that hard drive was unplugged at the time that he was in the office. The same day I was there.
Oh, wow. He was
This tech,
trying to throw you. He was trying to throw you under the bus.
right? He was trying to throw me on the bus. He didn't know I was coming
Uh-oh.
back next. He didn't know I was coming back the next day.
Leaf.
Next day, yeah.
Leaf. You're sidelining again.
Oh, hold on.
Unplug it. Plug it back in.
Now, how about now?
Ah, perfect. Go ahead.
All right. Sorry
Yeah,
about
so
that.
he tried to throw you under the bus.
He tried to throw me under the bus. He said no idea. So my customer is freaking out because this is her business. This isn't her picture. This is her all her HIPAA documents, all her she does healthcare things. So this is all of her patient information. This is everything that she could ever want. Her whole database, everything, right? And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what backup drive. What are you talking about? When she went
Oh,
after him,
man.
but we looked in the logs and we found out that the drive was pulled the same day that him and I were there at the same time after I had left, because I didn't go into that part of the office. I was in a different part of the office returning the check to one of the girls that worked there. I was doing my honest thing, and she said that he went over in the corner and for no reason and came back 5 minutes later and we found out that it was to take the hard drive from her. And
Man,
so, I mean, we're glad that
that
we
is
found it.
dirty.
But that's dirty, and sh shame on him. I still to this day can't believe that anybody would ever do that. I can't believe that the place is so insecure or whatever like that. But of course, I took care of her. I got her all back up and running. But still, this dirty guy's out here unplugging drives, trying to throw me under the bus. Now, I thought at first it was him to try to him to get more work, but
Mhm.
after the fact, I realized it was to throw me under the bus. He was going to come back the next day and say, Miss, where's your backup drive? Did that guy come in here and take your hard drive? I can't believe this guy could have taken a hard drive, meaning
Yeah,
me. Um, so that was
yeah, yep.
real dirty.
That, or he would hope something would crash and you don't have a backup. Anything.
Right, right.
That's terrible.
So
She's
yeah,
lucky
so
she found you, man.
she
It's,
found me before, but he had to came to deliver. It was a personal issue. He came to get money off of her personally, and he turned it into, oh, I'll just throw a computer. He said he'd made a new computer, but it had like an inch of dust on it for her. So it was just a mess, and he was just trying to
yeah.
use her for money. Um, so I think the last couple things I'll talk about here is in case a preview of next week. Dan Hand's coming on. I've talked to him a
Yep.
few times. One service he talks about is called textbiz.com. It's actually SMS or text messaging service.
Okay. Okay.
Um, I've been using it for a couple days now, and I like it. So on my website, on the bottom, I don't know if you see it on one of the sites. Haven't put it on all the things yet, but I have text message people that can subscribe to text messaging. So if
Hmm.
I have specials or if I have things going on, I just send a text message out through this service to their phones, and it's the type of advertising. A lot of the big companies are using it, but I'm going to start using it too.
Okay.
So textbiz.com, check it out. And Dan can talk more about it if anybody else is interested. It seems to be going pretty good.
Cool.
Um, and the last thing I want to say is going big.
Going
I
big.
Going big. My plan after all this, I think that I have lots of good things in my head and things are going quite well for me. I want to go big. I want to bring my company out of my little corner of the world, and I want to have, I'm starting to do this already, but I haven't got things laid down. I want to do a lot more remote support, and I'm trying to get local techs to affiliate with anypcservice.com.
Mhm.
So what
That's
it
a big
is.
mountain to climb, man.
It is, but that's where I want to head.
Yep.
So if anybody's interested in in joining with me, come right along. So what I want to do is get anypcservice.com be more not related to Taunton, Mass, but everywhere. So I can do because I do a lot of remote support now. So want to do remote support. I like it. Actually, I'd rather have someone else do it. I'm more of a business. I like the fact that I'm a business owner and entrepreneur, and I like doing that. The tech stuff, that comes with it. I don't mind doing that. The PC repair stuff. But I
Huh?
really want to offer more of the business services and things like that. So going big is where someday, maybe not tomorrow, not next year, but a few years from now, I want to be big. I want to be anypcservice.com, and I want to have multiple locations, techs everywhere, buzzing around. So when I say big, it's big. That's
Yep.
my goal, and it'll take a while to get there, but I'm excited for it, and I think I'm on the right track. So I got some things going on, but
You want any PC service chains,
yeah, franchises, yes, but I mean,
franchises, chains.
I want to franchise anypcservice.com. So we'll see, we'll get there someday. But that's
Yeah,
that's
just
the
keep
big plan, and I'm going
keep
for
doing
it.
what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing, man. You'll make it happen, you know?
Right. No,
Keep
I'm
following
very
your
excited.
dreams.
And like I said, without Podnutz, it could never ever have happened. And
I'll give you the best advice Steve ever gave me.
what's that?
It's keep doing good work and
Oh
keep
yeah.
being honest and keep making customers happy. I mean,
Oh
that's
yeah.
probably the best advice,
Oh,
that you can.
I'm doing that. Like I said before, the honesty is the biggest thing I've found. Customers will trust in you fully if you're honest with them.
Definitely.
So that's my customer service is, people say all the time, that is the way to go. So
Awesome.
if you have any other questions, you can ask me, but I think I've exhausted everybody's ears for the night.
No, dude, great information, and you've been an awesome guest.
Great.
So,
I want
and
to
I
be
really
on
hope,
again, so that's good.
yes, please sign up. If anybody else wants to sign up for Podnutz Daily, you can go to podnutz.com/guests.
Even the new
And
the Monday Tuesday nights Podnuts. The round table needs some guests too. I saw on
yes,
the
now
site.
now the
So
roundtable is you can now sign up for the roundtable there, and also Android App Addicts. You can
right.
sign up at podnutz.com forward
And
guests.
and now
And
that I've done daily, I can go ahead and say
you
I'm
have been christened, yes.
I've been christened. That's another word to say it. And I will be on more often, and you'll see me here. And I enjoyed it, and I hope other people gave some information a little bit different than other people's. Like I said, I listened to most of the ones, and I put some information here that was a little different. So
Yep.
that's what I wanted to do and pass out my information to everybody.
Great, Leaf. Is there anything else you want to plug? Any place else you want people to find you besides anypcservices.com?
Oh,
Oh,
not no. Oh, you're gonna say yes. It's anypcservice.com. Oh, I
gotcha, gotcha.
think big wants me to come on TeamSpeak. I guess I'm gonna have to.
TeamSpeak.
So yeah. Well, I've never. I just bought this headset this week, so now I'm ready to go.
Well,
So
all you got to do is download TeamSpeak 3 on your
mhm.
computer, install it, and then under the server selection, you just type in podnuts.instantts.net port 4201, and you will be linked into the Podnuts community live.
Live.
And if you want to,
I was gonna say I think I'm a regular in the chat room now in the lounge. I think everybody sees me there every day. So,
yep,
any PC service is the guy in the chat room. If I'm in my bed, I'll do any PC service iPad.
yep.
That's my chat name. So anything any PC service or anypcservice.com, that's me and all me, and
Yep.
that's what it's about.
I want to challenge the Podnuts Daily community to leave us a voicemail at 707-7076
No.
Podnut.
Come on, Tim. Come on, Tim. What's that
Uh-oh.
number again? What's that number again?
Who's that voice?
7076 Podnut.
Okay.
7076 Podnut, right?
Yes.
That's what I said.
Okay. Okay.
Hey, I'll just say,
7076 Podnut.
how about anypcservice.com? How about that? Will that
You
work?
can go there, yeah. And so Leave, you can find me on Twitter at Timster_. You can also you can email me at Timster@podnuts.com. So until next week, I think Dan Hand's coming on. Everybody
Go,
keep
Dan.
fixing those computers.